Welcome back, guys. Ben here, and today we're going to be playing some Dungeon Stalkers. So this is the Dark and Darker, but with anime, which we covered like the playtest for a couple of months ago, and the kind of full game is out. It's free to play. You can pick it up on Steam and check it out there. And we're gonna do a run, and I'm just looking at what stuff we need. We're fairly early in. We've only done a couple of runs so far, and I want to keep an eye out for the stone fragments and some wood scrap so that we can come back and build a workshop. So that's what we're going to do. Rewards here as well, I think, for maintenance compensation. I always love it when games do this, when they're offline for a little bit and they just reward you with, but like I wasn't affected because I wasn't online playing anyway. I'm like, great, free stuff, why not? If you haven't played this before, it's kind of like an extraction PvEvP game. You can play it just PvE. That's probably what we're going to do today. I don't know if I can be bothered with the aggro of PvP with these types of things. So we're going to go in and do that. You got a number of like different stalkers to choose from. We're going to be playing Knave, who is mage. I really like that kind of play style. And like I said, there's 9 characters in total too you've got to unlock. Obviously, the main thing here, free to play, the main thing here is that it's going to be a bit like the first Ascendant. It's relying on certain, shall we say, character assets to sell big for certain people. But it's all purely cosmetic. Like, none of it is, from my understanding, none of it is pay to win. Obviously, you can then have like a bit like Dark and Darker, something like this, like a another tier up where you get some extra kind of stuff and things like that, and you can have like expansion slots and stuff like that. That bit is akin to a bit like maybe the different tiers in Tarkov, so you know, pay to convenience on that side of things. And then obviously you can then just boost the amount of XP or coins and stuff like that. This is earnable in game though, so wouldn't necessarily, like, you can pay them, you can buy it, but you can also earn it in game and use it. So yeah, one of those things there. And then that's kind of the pricing for what you're looking at for the currency, which is fairly standard, I'd say, for these types of free-to-play games with online currency and things like that. Obviously, you got your season pass where you get some free bits as well, or premium bits too. But yeah, anyway, that's a little overview of it, and we're going to check it out. We're going to do a match today. I'm going to do no matchmaking. We're just going to go in and do PvE. That's it. One thing I do quite like about this though is you do have like we can't check it while they're loading in, but you have like the login events, like different bits and pieces for like playtime and stuff. That's cool. You get some free stuff if you're playing. You also get those tasks on the right hand side and like little like dailies, I guess. Like, it's nice to just log in and, you know, you just got some stuff to do. Kind of works quite well with me. But this is the little pre-lobby kind of bit. Obviously there will be other players in this match, maybe. I'm not actually sure how well the player count's doing with this game, but yeah, it's I really like the mage style here, because you can kind of preload the attacks and they won't expire. You can kind of just carry them around with you, and then you can basically left click to fire them off. So that's going to be the play style. But yeah, if you play Dark and Dark, it's very similar in that regard of like, it takes time to open chests, it takes time to open doors. There's going to be bosses on the level, so we're going to have a look through all that. So sit back, relax, like, comment, subscribe, and let's check it out. So while we were loading, I just had a quick look at the Steam charts. It's hitting mixed, 49% at the time of writing. Mainly people complaining about it being just a anime low version of Dark and Darker, which is fair. I don't think it tries to set itself as being anything different. What's that? The attack speed ring. Sword can maybe use. I find equipment's not really worth selling. Items are, but equipment is very much not something that's. Oh! Forgot to prime my. Get attacked straight away. There we go. What's my? Oh yeah, Z is my flashlight. There we go. We've got an item there, and we've got some powder of longing. Kind of what we're looking for. We're looking for materials, stone and wood that we're going to need for our workshop. But yeah, there is at the moment about 500 players playing online right now, and a peak of 700 in the last 24 hours is not super high, and it peaked at 5,000 20 days ago at launch. So yeah, how long this one has is a whole other story, which probably will be something where I'll be like, right, well, I'll have to go and check out Dark and Darker, because I kind of like the format of this. But got some heavy armor, which again, it's only worth 14. Like I said, the armor's, if you can find the armor good for another character, because the inventory shared, then great. But otherwise, it's a little bit, oh, there's something up there. Otherwise, it's not really, the items are normally better than the gear itself. An adventure token. Oh, there we go. There's normally an enemy in each one. Oh, good. There we go. I've got a skill that means that after I hit someone with a spell, they get hit by a curse of 20 damage. So I think that's what killed that monster there. But yeah, normally in each room, that's why I will kind of walk in slowly. An enemy will appear out of the ground or will spawn or something like that. It's fairly like a similar pattern, basically. And if you're not familiar with the genre, then these are the kind of extraction gates. Somewhere in this map there are, I think, 3 other people that are playing on this map, maybe 2 or 3 other people. You can have up to 12, but like I said, the lobbies aren't full. So, like I said, for someone free to play, I personally at the moment don't really mind it, but it's to each their own, isn't it? This is something where I will probably play it for a little bit, enjoy my time with it, and then kind of just, you know, go play something else. one of those things where I'm not a diehard kind of fan of the genre, I guess. I like extraction games, but like I said, my experience with Dark and Darker was very I struggled a lot. So I'm trying to see this as like maybe a little bit of training for Dark and Darker. To be fair, I'm finding more and more that I like PvE games, unless for some reason it's like Tarkov or Arena Breakout or something like that. Then if it's like an extraction shooter, I'm all for PvP or Battlefield or something, you know. But when it comes to these types of games where it's a bit more like an RPG, kind of looter shooter kind of thing, or looter thing, I'm really, oh god, we got two. Right, let's our curse setting off. Okay, we did take a couple of hits there, but we're good. Oh. Picking up all this loot at the moment. Everything seems to have, like, you know, some stats or like the stuff attached to it as well. So most things are worth picking up. But like I said, the gear, if you start like getting materials instead, you know, this might be good if I've got like a heavy armor character that I want to bring this stuff back to. But part of me is kind of like, we'll probably end up dropping this and getting something else. And you can break these, get some wood. There we go. Some flasks. Open this chest. And the legs of the curse become faster and the steps become lighter. So we've got a strength necklace. Not too sure if that's useful for us. So increases movement speed. Yeah. So that little shake thing, I think that's like the witch's curse, I think it's called. And basically it's like a modifier that just at set intervals, something will just happen. And I'm gonna pop that in our, essentially that's like our button Tarkov. That's our little pouch that we can get stuff out of if we die. Pick these things up. In here, some enemies nearby. We're in this middle bit up here. Oh, I just marked that I'm low HP. That was a lie. pre-strike those? We can. So yeah, if you suspect, I'm going to come in here. Can't remember. I don't think they broke down the door. I've been in this room before. I'm going to open the door for him. There we go. But yeah, I think for me, I kind of view it as a very like kind of chill experience, I guess. A little bit of like dungeon crawling, plays quite slow, but like I'm personally happy with that. But I know there might be some people that are like, oh no, I need fast pace, and then you got the PvP. But my only thing with that is that the PvP might be very non-existent or inhabited by only the sweatiest sweats, given that there is not many people online. Can we stack items? No. So we're already full, which, no surprise there. We are already filled with our inventory. Another adventure token. Adventure tokens are used to like level up our skills, basically, on our like skill tree. Anything there? You can interact with this. Giving me a shield. Permanent shield? Gives me like a little boon, I think. Let's have a look. So we do have an extract. Oh, I've moused up again. Trying to read the map. So down there and up would lead us through this way. Back around that. So we probably do want to head down. Don't know if we want to jump down. I want to like try and snipe some of these guys out. And obviously the thing here is that if I was doing this as a solo in a normal lobby, I'd probably be getting like drawing a load of attention to myself and getting murdered here, but a little bit of that pressure's off, if I'm honest, because I'm see solo AI. Oh god. Okay. There we go. That curse thing is one of my skills. That's coming really in handy. So the thing here is that this piece of armor is actually on paper, if I repair it, better, because it has higher durability, lower movement speed, but it's actually worse because the durability is lower. Actually, no, durability is higher now because I've taken some hits, so I guess there's a benefit here to swapping this over. And when you swap over armor, you do have to pause. You can equip like helmets and boots and stuff quickly, but oh, God. Is he there? I did not see him. I was like, hang on a minute. I don't know if they can follow me up. I'm actually poisoned. I don't know if yeah, got 1 second on the poison counter. I mean, you should be granted approval to mass raid portal eruption. I don't know what that means. Keep spamming poison. So despite being a flying enemy, they can't go up. Oh, there's another enemy there. We'll watch out for our health here. I quite like this mage playstyle purely because of how the spells work. I really like that you like pre-cast them. If anything, that's probably why I haven't really played around too much with the other classes, because this is the bit of the combat that kind of draws me in. Tactical bit of it. We're gonna have loads of loot to sort through. I don't know if this guy's like a mini boss or something. Do not have enough mana. There we go. That was my ult that I basically just used. Oh, there's another one. I'm actually getting low on mana. Oh, where did he go to? There we go. Right. Let's start looting some of these. That does do mana. We can actually take some mana ourselves. We can actually hold right click to restore mana as well. It takes a bit of time. By default, since we've got one here anyway. We'll use some bandages in a sec as well. And see what I mean? The sell price is very, very low. We've got defense necklace. I'm gonna take that. Boots. Max mana. Might be worth taking instead of some of this other stuff. These are blue boots. Defense, crit, movement speed. Lose a bit of health, but more defense, so that could be worth doing. These. Obviously, we do need to be mindful of time, but I've got one eye on the clock there, and we're not too pressured at the moment. 12 minutes. These are also better for us, which is good. We can interact with these guys. Give us those adventure tokens. I don't think they give us anything else. Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what stuff you can break and what's... Oh yeah, we do not want to be doing physical combat. We have 0... we do like 7 damage. Before I forget, I might take that because that might be good for one of the other characters. I'm gonna use my bandage just to heal up. It kind of does this like passive regen, or I guess it's not passive, is it? But it's like a regen while you're doing it. It's a key. Oh, but our inventory's full. But I think we definitely want the key. We drop that, drop the shock bomb. Yeah, take the key. And for me, I'm a big old looter, so... Oh, there's the key for this as well. There we go, sorted. So I quite like just going around looting stuff. There we go, so that's quite a good necklace. But even better armor? Yes. Even better. Put armor in your bag. Yeah, okay. And that's that one. Okay. So if we put that armor on... There is this, like, these little portals, which I guess... 100% sure of these things. Some more adventure tokens. Oh! Destroys equipped armor when cursed. Oh, great. So it literally just destroyed my armor that I just put on. I'll be able to repair it when I get out, but that new armor I just literally equipped, that was terrible timing. That was just really unlucky. Like I said, it's completely random each time. Like, kind of a cool modifier, but like in those moments a little bit annoying because you're like, oh, come on. Get rid of the boots. That's all fine. I said you are being very kind of selective of what you're taking because you can't just take everything. We're still really kind of hoping for... Oh, there's a chest out there. Kind of hoping for some more stone and wood, really. I want the basic stuff, which is why I'm breaking the boxes, because I tend to find they're in these bits usually. There we go. There's some wood. Is the wood scrap? Oh, that's wood scrap. So it's a different item. Let me drop these boots. Wood scrap. There we go. That's wood. Okay. There is actually a portal. I don't know if there's a temporary portal, but there's a portal right there. So we don't actually even have to go all the way to the other place. There's another one of those flying eye things. Is that better? No, not really. Let's... Let's get rid of that. There we go. There we go. There we go. I don't know if that's just going to be permanently open now. Get some fireballs cooking. There we go. It's very full. As well, I'm going to drop the weapon because again, the weapons aren't really worth much. Same with the basic armor we've got there. Antidote might be handy. Some more adventure tokens here. But yeah, so for me, as someone that is like playing this like casually, it's key there. I don't think it's terrible. I'm not gonna recommend we spend loads and loads of money on this, but I guess some people will. Like, I guess the more money you spend on skins, the less they are dressed, if that's your thing. But for me, it's, you know, in that vein, it's like, well, First Ascendant does that and, you know, stuff like that. So people do these play these games for these kind of things. Other people play it for gameplay, some people play it for both. So I think there's a issue with that. If someone wants to stare at their anime girl while they're doing their dungeon crawling. But yeah, if you're just interested in the gameplay, it's a perfectly valid option as well. Don't feel like you have to be buying skins or any of that stuff. I don't know where else we'd put the other key. I think this one will just take us back up the stairs to that other portal where we were originally. Yeah. So we've kind of come full circle around here. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe, since we're full anyway, try and see if we can... The only downside approaching it from this side is I have to go through the axes, which I'm not necessarily a fan of. Is there any enemies around here? No, there is a chest. Shock flask, I'm not too fussed about that. Coin, ancient coin. I think I'll just drop that one. Oh, what's that? Destroys equipped armor when cursed again? Oh no. No, mass raid portal eruption. That portal's still there though, so that's fine. I was worried then that portal had gone. Some more wood scraps, that's great. Again, ideally you get some iron. Or the stone or whatever it was called. But we've only got 4 minutes left, so I'm conscious I don't want to be kind of too fine, so okay, let's okay, there we go. We're gonna use, it takes 10 seconds. This one's already open as well. When you go to one that's not, I think if I remember correctly, you gotta wait like a minute, so not like a normal extract, but we've got out of here. You can spectate if there's anyone else still around, which there is. There we go. You can see they're like fighting someone. But yeah, we're just gonna go back to lobby. But yeah, I think for something where it's free to play, like, fair enough. And because it does have the PvE element, I don't know if I'd ever venture into PvP, because like I said, there is that pay to convenience. I can't be too critical of it, because I don't really see a problem with Tarkov having like the different tiers and like being able to have a higher edition than someone else. Like I feel like that's, like, if someone wants to pay that and they get like that as a one-off, that's not the end of the world. I mean, the main thing to be here, and I was kind of trying to weigh this up I was trying to calculate this. 3,000 wish stones is $48, which that's about $35 for this skin. 30, is that about right? $30 for a skin and an emote. So it's certainly not cheap either, and this is 4,500, which is basically, you're getting 5.7, but it's basically about $70, which is crazy, like absolutely crazy. I mean, like, I'm too old to be using the word goon, but if you're spending that to like goon on some anime characters in a Dark and Darker clone, by all means, by all means. But yeah, for me, that's just wild. Like personally, these are like free skins where you've then got what's that, free skins for 1,600, so that's about 27 for free skins, which is about $9 a skin. That's a bit more where I'd expect it in a way. And obviously with these membership things, you do get 600 wish stones, which is about, say, $10-11. Get a little bit of markage fee reduction. The market slots are the flea market, so you get some extra slots there. You get an extra safe storage slot as well. And then this is like the one-off, and then that's a membership. So that's how you get all 4 slots in my, my Stalker. I had the pouch. Where's my hideout? There we go. One slot is from the permanent upgrade. The other slot is from a 28-day membership. So there's a little bit of like, it goes beyond Tarkov in that regard in terms of the buying thing, but then obviously Tarkov, you gotta pay for it as well. It's not free to play. So yes, it's not, for me, it's not perfect by any means, but there's something quite nice about it at the same time. Like I like it, the actual, I quite like the magic. I like the magic play style of this particular character. I like getting a little bit extra better loot, and I'm a little loot goblin, so for me it kind of works quite well, and I kind of treat it as just a single player PvE game. The problem is that if everyone does that, no one pays any money to it, the game's not going to be here for long, and I'm not going to lie, I'm going to be very skeptical whether this game is going to be here in, however long it would be. So, especially if it's only getting 500 players a day. But some stuff here, it gives you PvE rewards as well. It doesn't like try and lock you out that you have to be like PvP only or anything like that. Plenty of things there as well, and like the season pass, you kind of earn the XP towards them, and yeah, it's I'll probably play it for this season, see how it goes. They've got 41 days left of the preseason, and see how I get on with it. But I kind of see it that it's, for me, maybe it's a bit of training for Dark and Darker, maybe. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Like I said, it's definitely not beating around the bush with this. It's definitely an anime Dark and Darker clone, but like a lighter version of that. Certainly not a difficult one. In terms of the options, you have the quick match, which is PvE EVP. You got the ranked. You've got the competitive solo. Those are both, like, if you die, you lose all your items. Whereas these ones, you lose everything that's rare and above. Everything below you keep, I think. Oh, no, you don't lose the stuff. You lose all the items in your inventory. You don't lose your equipped gear. But you can't get anything above a purple, I think. Like, that's the best you can get. Whereas Lawless is basically the full looting dungeon is available. But I like the PvE. So, yes, you can't ever get the best stuff in PvE only. But I'm also not too fussed on that side of things. But hey, wait long enough and it might be that no other players are loading in anyway for the PvP stuff. I don't know, mixed one for me, because actually I like it, but I can at the same time recognize its drawbacks. That it's I don't think it's too in your face or too like predatory or anything like that. I think I saw a Steam review saying it's very predatory. No one's like pressuring you into buying these things. These are all nice to have things. You don't need the extra slot. Obviously competitive mode you can earn. You don't need to do that. Like you can just play a few more matches in the normal quick plays and stuff, and you can unlock that. Again, no one's forcing you to buy it. So yeah, is it? I think if I was paying like $20 for this, I would be a bit more annoyed at the at the Prime account, well, the membership stuff maybe and the stuff, but it's free to play, so you can come in here and you can not spend a penny and you'd be perfectly fine. You can even just drop it on a season pass. That's Dungeon Stalkers. I'm not sure how long it's going to be around, so if it's something that you're thinking, got a bit of spare time in the run up between some games coming out, want to check it out and see what it's like, then obviously there'll be a link in the description below, as always, like we do with all these games, to the Steam page where you can download it, because it is literally free, so you can see what it's like, see how it runs. Note on the Steam Deck, I couldn't get it to run on the Steam Deck. It doesn't have, as far as I'm aware, it doesn't have controller support. So on this menu, it doesn't, the controllers don't work. You need to use the mouse for the controllers. Sorry, you need to use the mouse for the menus, which kind of means the whole, like, it has controller support in the settings, and probably when you're in the dungeon it does. But obviously that makes the Steam Deck, without customizing the controls a bit, makes it a little bit meh, because you've kind of got to have a custom control profile so you can still use the mouse with the trackpads. For this bit, I don't get why they've half-baked it, but presumably when you go in, because there is inputs, presumably when you go in and you're in the actual match, you can use controller. I don't get why they wouldn't do it with the menus though, but that's a bit weird. But anyway, let me know what you guys think. Remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I will catch you guys in the next video. Take care.